Game developers are going down a very dark path right now. It seems like they, I guess, are just relying more on technology instead of their passion for designing these video games that they're making. These games that they're releasing every single year now for Call of Duty, they're just broken. They're completely, utterly broken every single year when they release, and they have to continuously fix them up and make them better over time. And yes, that's understandable. When games release, they're going to be buggy. Sometimes they don't even bother fixing them, and they just leave the community to deal with the bugs. And sometimes they're funny bugs, sometimes they're annoying bugs. But at the end of the day, what makes a game a good game is the core gameplay. That's what makes things so replayable, so much fun. And it seems like these devs are lacking the passion to make a good video game nowadays. It really does seem like technology is just taking over video games at the moment. Technology meaning the visuals and the sounds and the animations, the things that people can do nowadays in these videos compared to what we used to see like way back then is mind-boggling. It's absolutely insane the things that these developers can actually do. It almost looks like real life here in Modern Warfare. It's actually crazy. But it's to a point where the graphics are so good that these development studios are just kind of milking these games. They're not quality. They're not replayable titles. They're just video games that they're pushing out because they know that the visuals and the sounds and all the amount of money they had to put into designing this video game, it'll pay off because people will see it and they'll be like, wow, that actually looks insane. That looks beautiful. That looks dope. And they go ahead and they pick up the game, not knowing that deep down the game is absolute trash. You know, back then, if you think about it seriously, when gaming, even before gaming became a big thing, there wasn't any developers making video games. There was just side people doing a little side hustle. They would cook up a video game, simple video games like Mahjong. You know, games like that. They were cooking up these things, and they would give it to people to try out. And they'd say, here, if you like this, you know, pay me $5 for it. If you don't like it, whatever. And that's how people would express their passion for these video games. You know, my first console I played on was actually my mom's console, the ColecoVision. And it was tons of games on there, tons of games. And this is going to be a perfect example as well, because the ColecoVision, or just any old school console in general, I'll even go a little bit further in the future, and we'll hit up the GameCube or the Nintendo 64 or the PlayStation 1, consoles like that. You know, those games didn't have the graphics to sell people over. It wasn't like anything, well, maybe back then it was a little more groundbreaking to see the things that we were seeing, but let's be honest here. The best things that made those games good were the gameplay. That's why a game like World at War and Call of Duty 4 will live on as absolute legends in the Call of Duty franchise. Not because they had outstanding graphics, you can go back and play it right now. You know, the graphics don't live up to the year of 2019 when you can look at a game like Call of Duty Modern Warfare and see the graphics in this game. It's an insane difference, and honestly, I feel grateful to even see these things. Like, it's amazing to see the progress that gaming has made, and I can't even imagine the progress we'll make in another 10 years of how these video games will look. But those old school games were fun because of the game itself. You know, back then in Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty World at War, we didn't have microtransactions or operator skins or a store full of cosmetics or a battle pass or anything to hold us over to the next title. We got the game and we got DLC maps. That's all you got for the full year. And if you didn't enjoy it, you would move on to another game, but the majority of us loved it. We didn't need those extra things. You want to know why we didn't need those extra things? Because the game was good. If the game is good, you don't have to bribe people to stay in your game with cool-looking cosmetics or things for people to purchase things. But I'm telling you, nowadays, guys, it's changing. It's changing for the worse. These developers, they're not designing games with any heart anymore. These games are being sold with the main focus, at least Call of Duty, at least, are being sold with the main focus of just milking the franchise, milking the fans. It's actually insane to think about because, I mean, come on now. Modern Warfare is now selling a watch, which shows your KD. It shows your deaths in every single lobby you play, which they took out of the game. And at first, we all thought that they were just trying to protect the noobs, But no, after seeing this watch, they clearly took it out just so they can sell stuff like this. Could you imagine if the KD went back into the game, if you're allowed to see your deaths? That watch would be useless. Nobody would want it because you could see your deaths on the scoreboard. But the only reason people are going to cough up money now is because it's going to allow them to see what their KD is mid-game. They did it on purpose. These greasy scumbags over at Activision did this on purpose. That's insane that they would do something like this. And it's not even like I'm completely against microtransactions in video games. If it's not pay to win, I'm okay with it. Skins and operator skins. Well, when I said skins, I meant weapon skins. But weapon skins, operator skins, cool things like that, charms, whatever you want to sell, go ahead and sell it. I don't care. As long as the content is there, because Modern Warfare did have the content. It was a pretty decently sized game compared to old school titles. The only thing that was lacking was maps and 6v6. But other than that, the skins that you could get on the weapons, the amount of guns you have, and variety that you can do. You could change the assault rifles to SMGs and SMGs to assault rifles. It was all kinds of content and combinations in this game. So honestly, the skins seem a little bit more, how can I put it, a little bit more attractive when the game is actually presenting you with content. But at this point, the game is broken. And when the game is broken and they're refusing to fix it, but all they're focused on is bringing out new content to sell instead of fixing the game, it says something. It says something very loudly. That the passion for the game isn't there, and like I said before, they're just milking the games for more cash. They don't care that the game works. They don't care if it doesn't work. It's whatever to them. The only thing that they care about is selling stuff in the store. Now, if the game was perfect, if the game actually ran good, the hit detection was perfect, smooth, we were actually playing on good servers for once in our lives, I would be like, hell yeah, man. I'm down to buy all of this stuff. Because then the game would be worth it. But it's not right now. My best example is to just, what if this game had no anything? No good graphics, no good sound, no good animations. It was a complete crap fest. What if this game looked like Call of Duty 4? What if Call of Duty Modern Warfare looked and played exactly like the original Call of Duty 4 game did? Way, way, way back when. Do you think it would still sell? Do you think people would still play it? Hell no. Hell no, the game is bad. If the game is bad, there's nothing that can help it if you don't have these flashy visuals to cover up the crap that you have made. But nowadays, it's way too easy for them. It's way too easy. They don't have to put any effort into a game. All they have to do is just literally make a complete crap show and just put beautiful graphics on it to cover it all up. And they'll still make millions and billions of dollars every single year. The passion is gone, ladies and gentlemen. The way the developers think and the way they want to craft these games have just flown out the window. And community advice is nothing to them. They don't care. The only thing they care about right now is how much you can buy. As sad as it is, I know that's not what people want to hear. I know that's a horrible truth, but sadly it is the truth. That's all they care about. It sucks, man. It really sucks because that's what made gaming so good back then. You could feel the passion that those developers put into their game. You could feel it while you're playing it, and I think that's what made those games so enjoyable because you could feel what they were trying to create. In Modern Warfare, I can't feel it. This game, it just feels like crap. That's all I can say. It just feels like crap. I don't know what their passion was, but at this point, I don't know if they even had a passion. Like I said, it was probably just some extra cash grab to make some more money, and now they're going to sell tons of microtransactions in this game that already made billions of dollars. It's just a whole cycle. It's a horrible, depressing cycle. Who knows? Maybe one day, developers will finally come back and redeem themselves and make games that they love again. Make stuff that they have a passion for. But nowadays, I think that gaming is just that big now. It's a billion-dollar industry. Billions of dollars are made in this industry. With that being said, yes, it's going to change a little bit than what it used to be. It's all about the money now. If you're making that much money, these people, these developers, these publishers, they're just going to continue to try to rack up the money. No matter what it takes, they're going to try to get money. And for right now, Call of Duty is in this cycle where they're forcing games out yearly. I seriously think they need at least a 2 to 3 year break in between games to make sure they're good. But they're not going to do that because they know for a fact that even if a lot of the people don't buy it, the core fans will still buy it every single year. And they'll still make money for it. And then with those sales, they'll just add microtransactions into the game to make more money on top of it. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this commentary off here. If you enjoyed what you heard today, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. If you hated it, you can always dislike. If you're brand new to the channel and you enjoy what you saw and heard today, you can always subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification button as well if you want to be notified on all of my recent uploads. Also, if you want to chat with me or see some behind-the-scenes clips over on Twitter, @JbowenDaMan. If you want to catch me live streaming, I'm over on Twitch, @JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.